In the heart of a vibrant jungle, a unique kingdom thrives, a kingdom that has a lot to teach us about Kotlin interfaces. Picture this, a realm of diverse creatures, each with a role as unique as the Kotlin interfaces we're about to explore. Interfaces in the world of Kotlin are contracts that define what actions a class can perform. Just like in this jungle kingdom, interfaces in Kotlin allow us to define roles. Our jungle king, the mighty lion, is about to embark on a sabbatical, leaving the kingdom in need of a temporary leader. Just as the jungle thrives on the unique roles each animal plays, Kotlin programming thrives on interfaces. Imagine interfaces as a contract, laying out what a class should do but not how it should do it. In our jungle tale, the leader role could be an interface, defining responsibilities a leader should fulfill, but not dictating how they should be fulfilled. Now, who could step into the lion's paw prints? The wise elephant or the playful monkey? Each could lead in their unique ways, much like classes implementing an interface in Kotlin. They agree to fulfill the leader role, but each does it in their unique style. In the jungle kingdom, as in Kotlin, we can define a role, like that of a leader, through an interface. In Kotlin, we can define an interface for the role of leader, much like the role needed in our jungle kingdom. These interfaces are similar to contracts that outline what a class should do without specifying how it should be done. They are a powerful tool in object-oriented programming, allowing us to achieve abstraction and multiple inheritance. To illustrate this, let's imagine we're creating a leader interface in Kotlin. We start by declaring the interface using the keyword interface, followed by the name leader. Inside this interface, we define a function makeDecision. The makeDecision function is a simple declaration with no body. This is because an interface merely declares the functions, but it's up to the classes implementing the interface to define the actual behavior. Now, let's move on to the implementation of our interface. In Kotlin, a class can implement an interface using the keyword implement. So we can create a lion class that implements the leader interface. This means that the lion class must provide a definition for the makeDecision function. The beauty of interfaces is that they can be implemented by any class. So, not only the lion but the elephant or even the monkey can take on the role of the leader. Each of these classes can provide its own unique implementation of the makeDecision function, reflecting their distinct leadership styles. This is where the power of interfaces shines through. They provide a way to ensure that a class adheres to a certain contract while still allowing for flexibility in how that contract is fulfilled. This allows us to write code that is both flexible and robust, capable of handling a variety of scenarios with ease. To sum up, interfaces in Kotlin serve as a blueprint for classes, dictating what methods a class must have. They enable us to achieve abstraction and multiple inheritance in our code, making our programs more flexible and maintainable. Interfaces, like the leader role, allow us to define specific responsibilities. And just as our jungle kingdom needs a leader, our Kotlin programs often need interfaces to function effectively and efficiently. Let's see how the wise elephant and the lion king implement the leader interface in our Kotlin jungle. In our jungle kingdom, the wise elephant and the lion king are two respected leaders. They're not leaders because they're the biggest or the strongest, but because they've implemented the leader interface. In Kotlin, an interface is a contract of sorts, a promise to provide certain functionality. The leader interface, for instance, has a function called makeDecision. Now, when we say the elephant and the lion implement the leader interface, it's like they're signing this contract. They're promising to provide their own unique version of the makeDecision function. This is done by overriding the function within their class definition. Let's take a look at how this plays out. In the elephant class, we override the makeDecision function. The elephant, being wise and thoughtful, makes decisions slowly, considering all angles. This is reflected in the code by a detailed and complex algorithm in the makeDecision function. The lion king, on the other hand, is quick and decisive. In the lion class, the makeDecision function is overridden with a simple, straightforward algorithm, reflecting the lion's decision-making style. This is the power of interfaces in Kotlin. They allow us to define a role, in this case, a leader, but leave the specifics of how that role is performed up to the individual classes. It's a bit like how every actor brings their own interpretation to a role in a play. It's also worth noting that a class in Kotlin can implement multiple interfaces. So our elephant, besides being a leader, could also implement the memory interface, reflecting its famous long memory. while the lion could implement the strength interface, symbolizing its power. This ability to implement multiple interfaces allows us to create complex and nuanced characters, or in programming terms, highly flexible and reusable code. In Kotlin, just like in our Jungle, any class can take on a role by implementing an interface. The Council of Animals in our Jungle Kingdom is an excellent example of composition in Kotlin. You see, composition is a design principle in object-oriented programming that models a has-a relationship. This is in contrast to inheritance, which models an is-a relationship. Imagine our Council of Animals as a class in Kotlin. This class doesn't inherit from individual animal classes, but rather it contains instances of these animal classes. Each animal on the council contributes its unique skills and perspectives, much like how classes contribute their unique functionalities in a program. Here's a glimpse into the code. We have our class, and within it we've got instances of the and classes. These instances are the members of our council, each with varying roles and responsibilities. Now, the beauty of composition shines when these members work together. When a decision needs to be made, the council doesn't need to have the abilities of a lion, elephant, or monkey. Instead, it utilizes the capabilities of its members, calling upon their function as needed. This is the essence of composition, creating complex objects by combining simpler ones. It's about collaboration and delegation, which leads to flexible and maintainable code. It's about entities working together, each contributing their unique capabilities to achieve a common goal. Just like the Council of Animals, classes in Kotlin can work together through composition. Let's watch the Council of Animals in action, much like an interface in action in Kotlin. The Council, a diverse group of animals, is faced with a decision. Each animal, regardless of its size or strength, has an equal opportunity to step up as the leader, thanks to the leader interface. This dynamic is similar to Kotlin, where different classes can implement the same interface and provide their own unique functionality. In our code, the council randomly selects an animal to make the decision. This is done by calling the makeDecision function on the randomly selected animal, which could be any class that implements the leader interface. The selected leader then makes the decision in its own way, illustrating the power and flexibility of interfaces in Kotlin. The council's decision-making process shows how interfaces in Kotlin allow diverse objects to interact. Our adventure in the Kotlin jungle is drawing to a close. We've journeyed through the concept of interfaces, seen how classes like our lion and elephant can implement these interfaces, and discovered the power of composition with our Council of Animals. Just as our Jungle Kingdom thrived with well-defined roles and collaboration, so too can your Kotlin programs with interfaces. With interfaces like the roles in our jungle, your Kotlin programs can be structured, flexible, and efficient. So go forth and conquer your Kotlin adventures.